Hi everyone, this is Jenny from By Jenni Designs. I'm going to show you how to work up one of my newer patterns. These are the textured and ribbed fingerless gloves. For this pattern you're going to need worsted weight yarn. I'm using Red Heart with Love and this color is called Cameo. And then you're also going to need size I crochet hook, 5.5 millimeter, scissors, a tapestry needle, and a stitch marker. Or a little piece of yarn for a stitch marker, a safety pin, whatever you have. Okay, so let's get started. Row 1. Begin by chaining a chain of 27. So there's your foundation chain. If you want to go ahead and double check that you have 27, you can. 2, 4, 6, 10, 12, 4, 20. There we go. Okay, now you need to join to the first chain and be careful that you don't twist this too much. And I'm going to be working into this little back bump on the back of the foundation chain. You don't have to do this, it's just preference. Okay, to begin row 1, you need to chain 2, double crochet into the same space as the chain 2, then double crochet in the next space and in each space around. Go ahead and continue to work yourself around. Okay, once you've worked your way around, well, first maybe you want to check and make sure you have your 27 double crochet. Do not count the chain 2 as a double crochet. This is very important. I've already double checked that I have 27, so I'm going to go ahead and join to the top of the first double crochet in the row. Do not join to the chain 2 either. Row 2, you need to chain 2, front post double crochet around the first double crochet of row 1. Then you need to back post double crochet around the next. Front post double crochet around the next, and you're going to continue to repeat the back post double crochet and then the front post double crochet all the way around, and you should be ending with a front post double crochet. Okay, so I'm here at the end of row 2 and I'm going to work my last stitch, which is a front post double crochet. And at the end of this row, you should have 14 front post double crochet and 13 back post double crochet. And then of course you have your chain 2. Make sure you're not counting that as a double crochet. Join to the top of this first front post double crochet. And now rows 3, 4, and 5 are all exactly the same. You're going to chain 2. Front post double crochet around the next, and then back post double crochet around the next, front post double crochet, back post, front post. Continue to repeat this around and then repeat for rows 4 and 5, and I'll come back after row 5 is finished. Okay, now I'm here at the end of row 5. I'm going to work my last stitch, front post double crochet, and then join. Okay, so that completes the cuff portion of the fingerless glove. Now moving on to row 6. Row 6 is worked in the back loop only. If you've never worked in the back loop only, you will be working just in this loop right here. This is the front loop, this is the back loop. So for row 6, chain 1 and double crochet into the back loop of the same space. Double crochet in the next back loop. Continue to double crochet in the back loop of each space around. Okay, once you've worked your way around, go ahead and join to the first double crochet of this row. And then we will move on to row 7. Now for row 7, you're going to be working in the third loop only. This loop is located on the back of the double crochet just under this back loop here. It's kind of hard to see. So this is the third loop, this is the back loop, and here's the front loop. So for row 7, you need to chain 1, work in the first third loop here, double crochet in the next third loop, continue to double crochet in each third loop only around. Okay, I've worked myself around here. I'm at the end of row 7 and I just have one more double crochet to work. Join to the first double crochet. Okay, row 8, you're going to work in the back loop only. Chain 1, double crochet in the same space as the chain 1, double crochet in the next back loop, continue to double crochet in each back loop around. Okay, now I'm at the end of row 8 here. I just need to join. Row 9, you need to chain 1 and double crochet in the third loop of the same space. Double crochet in the third loop of the next space, and you're going to continue around working in the third loop only for this entire row. Okay, now I'm at the end of row 9 here. I'm going to join. Move on to row 10, chain 1. Row 10 is worked in the back loops only. And now we'll have an increase of 2 in this row. In the first space, which is the same as your chain, work 2 double crochet. Like so, and then you need to double crochet in the back loop only of 13, the next 13. That should be 13, but I'm going to double check here. So there's our first 2. Then we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. Work 2 double crochet in the next. And then double crochet in the next 12. Now when you're to the end of this row, you should have 29 double crochet. And remember, do not count the chain 2 as a double crochet. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So that's correct. So then you can go ahead and join. Row 11 we're on now, chain 1, and this row is worked in the 3rd loop only. So we're going to double crochet in the first space in the 3rd loop only, and double crochet in the 3rd loop only of the next 12. I think that was my 12th. So we have double crochet in the first, and then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Now work 2 double crochet in the next space using the third loop only. And then go ahead and double crochet in the last 14 stitches. Or excuse me, double crochet in 14, then we'll work 2 double crochet in the last. Okay, that should be my 14th, but I'll double check. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Now work 2 double crochet in the last third loop only. Join. Okay, now row 12 in the back loop only. Now we're not going to chain 1. This row begins by slip stitching into the back loop only. So just go ahead and get into your back loop, slip stitch, and then you're going to slip stitch into the next. But I want you to go ahead and grab your stitch marker or whatever you're using for your stitch marker and place the stitch marker in the first slip stitch you made. And then we're just going to leave that there for later. In the next space you need to slip stitch, chain 1, and double crochet. Now you need to double crochet in the next 26 spaces. Go ahead and do that, and then I will come back when I'm to the end of this row. Okay, I've worked my 26 double crochet, and at the end of the row here, you're going to leave these 2 spaces unworked. So don't work anything in there. For the next row, we're going to do chain 1, and we're going to turn the piece. And now for this row, you need to be working in what would be the third loop from this side, but you need to grab it working on this side. So you need to double crochet in this third loop, and the first space is the hardest one to grab. There we go. Work your double crochet. Double crochet in the next. Continue to double crochet in this third loop all the way around. Okay, I'm just about done here with row 13. 2 more to work. And let's see, so we should have 27 double crochet at the end of this row. So I'm going to go ahead and count. Remember, don't count your chain. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 27. Okay, for the last part of this row, you need to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to go ahead and join to the first double crochet you made in this row. This is what creates the thumb hole, just like so. Okay, now for row 14, you need to chain 1 and turn. And now you need to work over this chain 4. So you need to work 6 double crochet over this chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just like this. And now working in the back loops only for the rest of the row. Double crochet in the next 12. So double crochet in the next 12 here in the back loop. 1, 2, and I believe that's my 12. Let's just count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, now we're going to double crochet 2 together in the back loop only. Okay, there's our double crochet 2 together. Now double crochet in 11. Oh. 1, 2, 3. And this should be 11. Let's double check. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Okay, and then you have, so you should have 2 left here, and you're gonna double crochet these 2 together. Then you're going to join here to this first double crochet. now let's see, for your final row, oh wait, excuse me, we're on the 15th row. This is worked in the 3rd loop only. You need to chain 1, double crochet in the same space and the next space. What 3rd loop only we should be using? Now we're going to double crochet 2 together. Double crochet in 13. This should be 13, I believe. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. Okay. Double crochet 2 together. And then double crochet in the last 12. And I'll meet you back around. Okay, now I'm back here at the end of the row. We're going to join. And now we're on our final row, row 16, chain 1, and working in the back loops only, single crochet here, and then single crochet in the next and in each space around. All right, I've worked around and I'm to the end here. I just need to work my last single crochet. And then you can join to the first single crochet of the row. And then, since it's our last row, you can go ahead and fasten off. You could sew your ends in now if you want. I'm gonna just wait since I'm doing this video. But so now we're gonna work on the thumb hole. So you need to join your yarn in the space with the stitch marker. So you can go ahead and just take this out. We don't need that anymore. So go ahead and join here. Chain 1 and single crochet in the same space. Single crochet in the next space, which is a slip stitch also. And then what I've suggested for the thumb hole is just making sure you work 5 single crochet on each side here. If you end up needing your thumb hole bigger, you can go ahead and do 6, or maybe you just want to do 4. Just getting pattern here on the screen. So I've done 2 there. Do my next here. So this is the first one on this side. So 1, 2, 3, and you can see I worked through the middle of the double crochet there. If I would have worked here, that would cause a big gap. So there's the 5 for that side. Now I'm here. Let's go. Now there's 5 done there. Now I'm on the other side here. And if you notice you did create any little gaps, you can go ahead and use your ends to just kind of shut them when you're sewing your ends in. Three, 4, 5, and then in the written pattern I have you single crocheting here and then work 2 single crochet in this last space here. This will give you 5 on the bottom, but it's also going to help close this small little gap here. Then you can join and fasten off. And there's your finished first glove. You'll need to follow the pattern one more time to make your second glove because these work on either hand. Just make sure you sew your ends in, obviously. And there you have it.